Good morning. How are you? This is Marianne Grant, Life in Harmony podcast. How are you this morning? This is the first day of your life. It's important. I'm here to help you get through this day and have the best day ever. The hardest part of life is getting started and getting your head right before you start the day. Remember, I told you I'm going to be talking about control and how control is our number one killer. Whenever we're upset or angry about something, it's always something we're trying to control. I'm going to read the list and then I'm going to focus on one particular thing every day. Sarcasm. Sarcasm is anger, emotions, bad attitude. Enabling, people pleasing, not able to say no. Drugs, alcohol, pills, relationships, sex, lust, love, anger, rage. Controlling everyone around you but yourself. Distractions everywhere. Then you do nothing. Have excuses, gambling, work, working out, food addiction, binge TV, phone, podcasts, news, caffeine, shopping, surgeries, pain, abuse to your partner, men and women abusing one another, and whatever else you need to add to the list. Okay, I'm going to talk about this everything mostly ties into, you're going to find yourself with the people pleasing, not knowing how to say no. And the thing that I want to talk about is conviction, being true to yourself, standing up for yourself. What is your conviction? What do you stand for? What is your faith? What do you follow to not allow anybody to abuse you? See, conviction, your constitution, your values. When you get married, one of the things my sister does is she's a minister, and when she marries people, they have to come in and do a therapy session, and she goes over all the codes of it, all the ethic codes, and to see if they're both on the same page. And I was shocked how people have walked away from their marriages after they realized how much they didn't know one another, and it would have been a disaster if they got married. So it's important that we question and we ask questions. After you have the sex and everything feels good, you need to get to the core of our heart, our being, because after sex, there's other things that happen, and it's not that important. And in a relationship, a powerful relationship, when you both have high standards and values. My husband and I, when we got married, he followed the virtues, I followed the commandments. And my mom and my dad were profoundly powerful. What happened to my parents growing up, if it wasn't for their faith in their constitution and what they stood for in their convictions in life, when I was a little girl, my mom had nervous breakdown, and my father, there were 8 kids, and I remember how scary that was. And when she was in the hospital, and my dad trusted the doctors, he didn't question them, and all they did was medicate her and use her as a guinea pig and destroyed her. And we ended up taking everything into our own hands and took my mom off all the pills, and we all came together as a family and let her sleep for a year, and we took over everything. And my dad, every day watching him pray in front of that cross and his faith, and it was powerful. My mom was so incredible. She never feared anything. All she did was elude love. And we used to think she was naive and stupid. My mom was so powerful. My dad even feared her. But when she spoke, boy, everybody listened. She got the playgrounds, the recreations, the communities together. And she would get the bad boys. This is a true story. They used to steal her bikes and bring them back because my mom was so kind to them. She and then when she had her nervous breakdown and shock treatments, and I saw how kids made fun of her and threw things at her and called her a freak and called her crazy, it really hurt me, and it really impacted my life and why I am who I am today, and why I took my recovery, my life, what I stand for so seriously, because again, I have my mom's compassion and my dad's balls, and I will die for my convictions. I will die for my truth. I will die for my personal constitution and what I follow. and no one will ever crack me. And that's why I wrote in the front of my book, your soul becomes impregnable. And that's where you do truly carry the power. So I'm going to suggest today, when you have that sick feeling, when you question something, you ask the questions, you don't be afraid. And when you want to speak up today, and when you're not happy with whoever you're with, whether you're with your best friend, your partner at work, question your bosses, question the people around you. Just don't sit back and let everybody walk all over you. And then you wonder why you're so miserable and you have anxiety and you're depressed. It's because you don't trust yourself. Start trusting yourself. Start believing in yourself. Start creating a stronger faith. What do you follow? Do you follow the virtues? Do you follow the commandments? Where does your faith come in? It is your armor. It's your shield. It's your power. And nobody can touch you. And that is just an incredible way to live. And then you have absolutely nobody to blame when you're angry or upset. You can look at what you're not doing for yourself. It always comes back to what you're not doing for yourself. All right, so let's talk about balance. Again, you can love everything. I just want to share one more thing too about making people your God. I meant to mention this. Nobody's your God. Nobody's that powerful. Nobody's that great. You can follow people. You can want to emulate people. You can admire people. You can respect people. You can learn from people. You can learn from great leaders. None of them are God. They're all imperfect, perfect human beings. They all have foibles. They all have flaws. They all have dysfunction also. That is the biggest mistake. And when you're in a relationship, do not worship your partner like they're a god. No man, no woman is a god. You question them also. Or else in the end, you're going to be very, very disappointed living in this illusion like they are perfect. That is absolutely the biggest mistake each and every one of us can do. And the other thing, learning how to not be subservient to anybody. Nobody's that fabulous. Nobody's that great. Nobody's that wonderful. It's, again, setting boundaries, be true to your convictions, be true to yourself, and set your boundaries. And this is where the balance comes in also. Not too much of anything. Don't be subservient to people. Learn how to say no. No is a complete sentence. We don't want too much of our partner, our kids, our work, our play, too much of anything, too much of spirituality, too much of program, too much of recovery. There's a balance with everything. When we stay balanced, it's life in harmony. When we abuse ourselves, everyone we love is infected by it. You cheat yourself and everyone around you. The level of love and respect that you give yourself, that is the level of love and respect you get in return. The goal for all of us is life in harmony. Our thinking can make or break us. That is why we have to check our thinking and attitude all day long. It's as natural as going to the bathroom, or else you will get backed up. This, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, behind every breakdown, there's a breakthrough around the corner. People say, I want to take care of the world. Well, here's the good news. If you truly take care of yourself all day long and be a living example, that is taking care of the world. We all have gifts. We all have worth. We all have work to do. That is the true meaning of taking care of the world. Doing your part with no exceptions. The answers lie inside of you. Okay, your words mean nothing. Your actions say everything. There's a lot of smooth talkers out there, men and women. They're masters with their words, but they do nothing. Watch their actions. It's pathetic. It's sad. And then when you realize, you can hear what they say and then make them accountable, question what they're doing, and call them on their shit, call them on their game, and walk away. Do not settle for the smooth talking man or woman. I am going to read a beautiful saying on spirituality from Michael Singer.
Oh God, Marian, you're
incredible. Spirituality begins when you decide you will never stop trying. Spirituality is the commitment to go beyond no matter what it takes. It's an infinite journey based upon going beyond yourself every minute of every day for the rest of your life. If you're truly going beyond, you're always at your limits. You're never back in the comfort zone. A spiritual being feels as though they're always against the edge and they're constantly being pushed through it. One should view their spiritual work as learning to live life without stress, problems, fear, or melodrama. This path of using life to evolve, spirituality is truly the highest path. Trust the process. The prerequisite to true freedom is to decide that you do not want to suffer anymore. You must decide you want to enjoy your life and that there's no reason for stress, inner pain, or fear. It is a decision from your head to your heart. That message is from Michael Singer. All right, I'm going to read a part from my book. Okay. We are on page 12, the first paragraph on the top. I went to great lengths to change my old belief system. Now I have freedom of choice. I never had that before. For the first time in my life, I realized I do not need a man to support me or make me feel whole. I feel complete, and no one can take that away. I am rich inside, free and content. I still love having a man in my life. It means my identity is no longer wrapped up in another person. Thanks for recovery and for another chance at life. The important message of this step is we are all responsible for everything that happens in our lives. How we handle our life situations is up to us and no one else. It starts with our thinking and how we act. If we do nothing, someone else will choose for us. We take it step by step. Start with one baby step, then go to the next step and continue forward. The goal is worth the effort. And on the bottom it says, taking the journey. It is taking the journey itself that matters. Taking seriously the opportunity to be responsible for yourself, for who you are and what you believe. I love this reading here. When I say somebody else will decide for you, if we do not make the decisions and do not do the plan of action, where we end up is not going to be pretty. And I know for myself, all my life, freedom has been important for me. I remember being a kid and taking the beatings for everyone so I could go out and not come home for a few days. Those beatings were so worth my freedom. And to this day, when my sister and I talk, we always say we weigh and measure the pros and cons, even down to making our money. We say, nope, freedom. We want the freedom. We want the path where we have the most freedom to be who we are, to be true to ourselves. So we don't allow money and power. And that was one thing all my life with my men. I truly married them because I love them, and we equally work the same. We equally love the same. We equally gave the same. So my marriages were truly out of love. Things happen in marriages that you don't expect to happen, surprises. There are no guarantees. And that's when none of us can plan the future. But I now have the tools, the information, when I am being wronged, when I am being hurt, when I am being tested, that I have the power within to make those decisions. And I have nobody to blame but myself. So people out there, if you're in a relationship and being abused and being taken advantage of, men get beaten by women, women get beaten by men, men won't talk about it, they're so embarrassed. We are equally screwed up. And I hate the other thing when people say, when they say, oh, my pain is worse than your pain. My abuse is worse than my abuse. My this, my that. It's all the same. Pain is pain. Abuse is abuse. Injustice is injustice. Prejudice is prejudice. There's white prejudice. There's black prejudice. That's all a bunch of shit. Nobody can undermine your pain, but it's up to you to make the decision, to have an action plan to get out if you are being abused, if you are being beaten up, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman. You have to first build your inner strength to realize that you are worthy and deserving of having peace, having truth, and having the freedom to choose the life that you want to live. All right, I'm going to go into our check-off list in the back. Work on one thing at a time. Eventually it will be a way of life. Don't do too much of anything. Balance is most important. Remember, take one of these and do it for 30 days. And 12 months, you will be a new person, and you will be doing it effortlessly. And you look in that mirror and you smile and you say, oh my gosh, I love what I'm seeing. I am clean and clear of all diseases and negative thoughts. I accept today where I am powerless. I have control where I have choices. I will reach out for help and use my tools today. I accept today and understand the only person I can change or regulate is myself. I will take time to hug and kiss the loved ones around me. I will show my partner today how much he or she is appreciated, needed, and loved. I will speak up for myself today. I will take charge of my life today and realize I am in charge of all my decisions. I will know when it's time to bail out and let go and trust the process. I will set realistic goals for myself. I will get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I will set healthy boundaries around myself today. I will not allow anyone to speak to me with disrespect. I will make a conscious effort to eat healthy meals. I will take my vitamins, food supplements today. I will drink 6 to 8 glasses of water today. I will be good to myself today. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. It's always about fear. Always ask yourself, what am I afraid of? There's nothing to fear. I will talk with someone I trust and respect and be honest with them. Accountability key. It's key to everything. Nobody in this life can do anything alone. We need accountability. I will trust and reach out to my higher power today. I will accept and say thank you for everything that happens to me today, good or bad. I will not do anything to cause harm to myself or others today. I am willing to change today. I will exercise today. I will pray for the well-being of myself and others today. I will write a list of all the things I want in a partner. If I become it, I will attract it. Discipline is freedom. Do 2 things a day you don't want to do to be successful and to have a successful day. And mine is always getting up early, and once I get up, I'm in heaven and doing my workout. When I do that workout, I can handle anything for the day. My house can cave in. Remember, I want you to, we can all heal together one day at a time. It is a decision from our head to our heart. The greatest gift you can give yourself, you are worth it. You can email me at createyourspirit@gmail.com if you want to order some of my books and do workshops. Reach me at my email, leave a number. I could teach you how to do the workshops with group people. It's so much fun. You get to learn about each other and help each other and support one another. And if you want to learn about my services, lifeinharmonyonline.com. And my podcast, I'm going to be doing it 5 days a week. Please send it out to everybody you love and respect so we can all heal together. Have them hit subscribe. And remember, start from the introduction to learn why I'm doing this, and do podcast number 1, number 2, number 3. There's order to this insanity. And start from the beginning and work your way up. You have plenty of time to catch up. I do it every morning, 5 days a week. And remember, I want you to have an unanticipated day. And thank you for listening.